The worst feeling in offshore fishing is hearing that drag scream, watching your rod bend into a full arc, and then suddenly feeling nothing. Line snapped, fish gone. The serious offshore crowd knows there is a massive difference between lines. And today we are breaking down the 5 best fishing lines that have actually proven themselves against tuna. Jerry Brown line. One hollow core has earned legendary status among long-range and big-game anglers for one specific reason that sets it apart from everything else on the market. This is a truly hollow braided line, and that matters more than you might think. The hollow construction means you can splice your leader directly into the main line. No bulky knots, no weak points where connections typically fail. Just a seamless transition that glides through your guides and across roller tips like the knot does not even exist. When you are fighting a fish that can peel off 400 yards and then suddenly turn and charge the boat, having a smooth connection becomes critical. This line is manufactured in the United States using a finer braid that creates a smoother hand feel and enhanced abrasion resistance compared to chunkier alternatives. Your hands will notice the difference after a long day of fishing. Where some braids will slice into your skin during a heated battle, this one is noticeably softer while still delivering the strength you need. The strength-to-diameter ratio is exceptional. You can fit significantly more line on your spool compared to monofilament of equivalent breaking strength, which gives you that extra capacity for when a 200-pound yellowfin decides to make a run toward the horizon. Available in test weights ranging from 80 pounds all the way up to 200 and beyond. This line handles everything from speed jigging to chunking to live bait presentations. The real beauty is in the splicing capability. Once you learn how to create those Chinese finger cuff connections, your rigging becomes cleaner, stronger, and more professional. It is a skill worth developing, and this line makes it easy to learn. Suffix 832. Advanced Superline takes a different approach to high-performance braiding. The name actually tells you exactly what you are getting. 8 fibers woven together 32 times per inch. That construction creates a rounder profile that casts further and handles better than flat, ribbon-style braids. What makes this line special is the fiber combination. 7 of those 8 strands are Dyneema, which provides incredible strength and sensitivity. The 8th strand is a Gore performance fiber, the same material used in high-end outdoor gear. That Gore fiber adds abrasion resistance and casting distance that pure Dyneema braids simply cannot match. The R8 precision braiding technology ensures consistent diameter throughout the entire spool. No thin spots, no thick spots, just reliable construction from the first yard to the last. This consistency matters when you are setting drag pressures and relying on your gear to perform exactly as expected. Near zero stretch means you feel absolutely everything happening at the other end of your line. When a tuna slashes at your bait or bumps your jig, you will know it instantly. That sensitivity translates directly into hookups, especially during finicky bites when fish are being subtle. The hydrophobic coating prevents water absorption, which keeps the line performing at full strength even after days of fishing in the salt. Color fading can occur over time, but structurally this line holds up remarkably well season after season. Anglers have reported using the same spool for multiple years of heavy offshore use without any degradation in performance. Casting distance is noticeably improved compared to earlier generation braids. The smooth profile reduces friction through the guides, and the reduced water absorption means less drag during the cast. When you need to reach feeding fish that are working beyond comfortable range, that extra distance can make the difference between a hookup and a missed opportunity. Power Pro Super Slick V2 brings 8-strand technology to a more accessible price point without sacrificing the core features that matter for offshore work. The re-engineered construction combines a dense weave with the proven EBT coating process, creating a line that delivers both smoothness and durability. The surface truly does feel smoother than traditional 4-strand braids. Running it through your fingers, you notice immediately that the texture is finer and more refined. This smoothness translates into quieter operation through your guides and less friction on the spool, which improves casting performance and reduces wear on your gear. Enhanced abrasion resistance comes from the coating process, allowing you to fish around structure with more confidence. When a tuna dives toward the bottom or rubs against the boat hull during a fight, this line holds up better than bargain alternatives that fray at the first sign of contact. Available in test weights from 10 pounds all the way up to 80, this line works across multiple applications. Heavier tests handle trolling and live bait presentations, while lighter options work well for jigging and casting. The versatility makes it a solid choice for anglers who want one braid that handles various techniques without maintaining a dozen different spools. Some users have reported mixed experiences, which highlights the importance of proper spooling and knot selection. Like any braided line, using the right knots and maintaining proper tension during spooling eliminates most issues. The Palomar knot remains the go-to connection for this material, and taking time to spool correctly prevents the dig-in problems that some anglers encounter. Momoi high-catch diamond represents over a century of Japanese line engineering focused on one goal: creating monofilament that performs under the most extreme conditions imaginable. When you are fighting a fish that can exceed 1,000 pounds and battle for hours, you need line that refuses to quit. The tensile strength on this line tests well above the rated number on the spool. We are talking about line rated at 50 pounds that breaks closer to 80 or 90 pounds under controlled testing. That extra buffer provides peace of mind when you are locked in a fight and pushing your drag to the limit. Superior knot strength sets this mono apart from budget alternatives. Knot failure is one of the most common ways to lose fish, and this formulation holds knots tighter and more reliably than standard monofilament. Combined with the abrasion resistance needed for fights near structure and the boat itself, you get a complete package built for trophy fish. The stretch inherent in monofilament becomes an advantage during violent tuna fight. When a fish makes a sudden surge or throws a vicious head shake, that elasticity absorbs shock that would otherwise pull hooks or break lighter lines. The controlled stretch keeps constant pressure on the fish without the jarring impacts that lead to pulled hooks. UV resistance and saltwater durability extend the life of your line significantly. Offshore fishing means constant exposure to sun, salt, and harsh conditions that degrade lesser lines quickly. This formulation resists that breakdown, maintaining strength throughout long tournament seasons and extended trips. Available in test weights from 20 pounds all the way up to 200. This mono handles everything from school-size Yellowfin to giant Bluefin. Many serious offshore anglers use heavier tests as top shots over braided backing, combining the capacity of braid with the shock absorption and fish-fighting qualities of premium mono. Seeger Blue Label fluorocarbon invented the fluorocarbon category back in 1971, and they remain the standard against which all competitors are measured. When tuna with excellent eyesight become line-shy and refuse offerings presented on visible line, this material produces bites that nothing else can trigger. The double-structure technology sets this line apart from single-resin fluorocarbon. During manufacturing, two distinct resins are fused together into one solid piece. The softer outer resin contributes to exceptional knot strength, while the harder inner core provides tensile strength. The result outperforms competitors by significant margins in independent testing. Invisibility underwater comes from the refractive index, which closely matches that of water itself. Light passes through without the distortion and flash that alerts wary fish to the presence of a leader. When targeting educated fish that have seen plenty of fishing pressure, this stealth factor produces results. The higher density causes faster sinking, which improves bait presentation for techniques like chunking and live baiting. Your bait gets down into the strike zone quicker, spending more time in front of fish and less time drifting through unproductive water column. Abrasion resistance handles the punishment of extended fights and contact with rough surfaces. Tuna fights involve brushing against the boat, possible bottom contact during dives, and friction from the fish itself. This leader material survives that abuse without the nicks and weak spots that lead to heartbreaking breakoffs. For big game trolling, anglers typically use this in the 130 to 200 pound range, often as long leaders of 15 to 20 feet. The investment seems steep until you consider what is swimming at the other end of your line. When a 300-pound bluefin is burning drag, the last thing you want clouding your mind is doubt about your terminal tackle. So here is what I want to know. What technique are you planning to focus on during your next tuna trip, and what fishing line do you use? Drop your answer in the comments, and we thank you for watching.